you are having a question on trading session, just unmute your mic. Just unmute your mic and ask your question if you have any regarding trading sessions. Any question? Alright, so if no question, then we can continue. If no question, then we can continue. So on the video, we will be having two videos. We will be having two videos on trading sessions. We will be having two videos. The one which will have the part 1, and then this one will be the part 2. We have got some interruption there as we are going on. So yeah. So we were here talking about the periods. We have two periods when it comes to trading sessions. I don't know. Let's try and see if we will get more information. Okay, yeah, here it's my chat GPT. So let's see periods. Periods in trading sessions. I don't know if it's going to give us what I want, but let's see. So whatever it has done here, it has given us the sessions, the ones we have already gone through. So for those who guys are not from Kenya, you can see this is the GMT time, so you can use these times, and then you can convert them to your local time, so that you'll be aware of when certain sessions open and close. So you can see they are talking about more on how the market behaves. During Sydney, market is low, based for AUD NZD pairs. This is what we have talked about. Tokyo, the volatility is medium, based for Japanese yen pairs. London, volatility is high, based for Euro and GBP pairs. New York, high, USD pairs, CAD pairs, and also gold, and then the US indices. I hope you have seen that. Now, let me do something here so that you can get to see what I was talking about. About daylight savings and normal time. So this is what I wanted. Let me see whether it's going to. When discussing trading sessions, you will often hear about daylight savings, BST, and normal. That is not the standard time, because major financial centers adjust their clocks during part of the year. What is daylight savings? Daylight savings time is when clocks are moved forward by 1 hour to make it better using the daylight. Better use of daylight during summer months, right? So this it's during the summer. You have seen that. So major trading hubs that observe DST are New York and London. And remember, we have said New York and London are the most active and most traded sessions. So for Sydney, you can see it will open at what, 10 p.m. That is now an hour earlier. So that means during the daily savings, every trading session is going to open an hour earlier. Every trading session is going to open what, an hour earlier compared to the normal time or the standard one. Like currently, we are on what we are calling the daylight saving. Daylight saving in most cases, it starts from March all the way to September. From March all the way to September. It starts from March all the way to September. So the normal refers to the standard market open and closing time shown in the trading sessions above, and then daily savings, all trading sessions open and closes 1 hour earlier. So that is the single explanation I did there. So when trading sessions time change due to daylight saving adjustment, brokers will always notify you via email indicating the exact date and time a new trading hours will take effect. So don't worry about that, or you start trying to memorize or to cram when we have a shift from the normal to daylight savings. No, the broker will always send you an email to notify you. The broker will always notify you through an email. The broker will always notify you through an email when we are about to have changes there. I hope up to that point we are together. So like currently I've said, currently we are on daylight savings. So if it's London session, it's opening at 10 a.m. from March to September. That is when we normally have daylight savings in most cases. And then from now September to the next year, March, we have now the standard or the normal time. I guess I'm clear on that. So now let's check on when not to trade, when not to trade, when not to trade. Number one, bank holidays. Why? Because when we have a bank holiday, there is no cash flow. The only activities taking place that is now through the banks are limited. Like you can only just take an example in your country, you can only do either mobile transfer, or now you use your ATM cards to do withdrawals, but you can't do other like over counter transaction and many other activities which are carried out in the bank, so you can't do that. And another one is Friday afternoons. Why? Because in most cases Friday afternoons or evening, it's now when the market is almost to close time after a whole week of activity. So you get that maybe the market has already exhausted, and during this time the market might decide, let me consolidate. Actually, most of the traders can make money from Monday to Thursday, but on Friday, someone will lose all the money they have made from Monday to Friday. So if you are going to be now trading on Fridays, make sure you be keen on the Friday afternoons or evening. End of December, because when it comes to end of December, that's the time when the year is ending. Most of the traders are already out of the market. They have they are out to enjoy and stuff. So what will happen is that there will be low volatility. There's going to be low volatility in the market. The market will be moving very slow. The market will be moving slowly. The market will be moving slowly, right? So end of December, end of December, you need to check on that. uh-huh. We have the other one, that is when we are approaching news, when major news is coming in. That is during high impact news. High impact news are the ones you see with a red flag. We will be talking about news when we come to fundamental analysis. So when we have major or high impact news, if you are not knowledgeable about them, or if you feel that you have fear with reading news, you better just stay away, watch the news, see how the market reacts, but not trade. The other one is when angry, tired, or emotional. So avoid trading during this time, because you are not on your right senses. And in most cases, when you trade during these kind of times, you're going to get a loss. You're going to take a loss because you are not in the right senses of your mind. So avoid trading. Avoid trading. Also, when you are busy with other things, you can avoid trading unless you have a big account. You have set your take profits, your stop losses, and all that. About that, we will be learning later. So the next point is market closing hours. Remember, we said that the market operates from Monday to Friday, 24 hours a day. So that means now in the Friday evening or when the market is towards the time to close, avoid leaving running trades because over the weekend anything can happen. Like recently, we have seen that we have had the fight between Iran, Russia, and what? This other one, is it Egypt? No, not Egypt. Nini. What do we call it? Israel. Israel. You have seen that we have had those conflicts. So you could get that maybe over the weekend the US are attacked, and when the US have done an attack, in most cases when you have this kind of events, let's take an example of oil, because Iran is one of the largest producers of oil in the world. So if they have been attacked, what do you expect in the coming week? The price of oil to go up. Let's say you left on Friday. Sell positions on oil, and then on Monday the market will open with a gap. It will have left a space. That is what we call a gap. You will be seeing those when we start interacting with the charts. You will be seeing those gaps. You will get that the market has jumped uh, to a point that is far from where you ended. So you can get, maybe you have lost your account, or if you had not if you had set stop losses, the market hit your stop losses and so on, right? So I highly advise people to not to leave running trades over the weekend. I normally advise people not to leave running trades over the weekend. So avoid leaving running trades over the weekend. Uh-huh. So the other point is what? The other point is again also every day market closes or market goes to rest for, is it 2 hours? Yeah, market will close at 00 hours today. That is 2 hours from now. Market will close and then it will resume at 2 a.m. That is 2 hours after. So it's also advisable not to enter trades like a time like now. We are now at 10:15. So it's highly advisable not to enter the market during times like now. Don't enter the market at a time like now, right? So because right now, even if you go to the charts and see, there's no volatility in the market right now. The market is just there. Let's see. Let me just share the charts and you will see. There's no volatility in the market right now. So you avoid trading during those the ones we are talking about. So this was the sell. This was the sell on NFP on Friday. Yesterday I did not do the weekly market forecast. I told you why. Yeah, so you can see currently how the market is moving. The market is very slow. Even if you go to 1 minute time frame, you will see that the market is moving very slow. The market is very slow. So I've said avoid trading during the time uh, when the market is about to go to close or to go at a rest. You can see the market will close or go to a rest. Whichever you use, it's gonna be okay. So unless you are going to be a swing trader, when it comes to trading, we have different types of traders. The one type of a trader we have is the ones we call scalpers. Those are the ones we have. Scalpers. Scalpers, these are traders who enter the market within the shortest time possible. They get profits, and once they have their profits, they are out of the market. So those are the ones we call scalpers. So once you enter, we are done with the learning and everything, and you are good about the market, you can decide I'm going to be a scalper. So you enter the market. Once you have your profits, you are out. You can decide to be a day trader. A day trader, you'll be trading every day. You can decide now you're going to be a swing trader. A swing trader is a person who can hold a trade for a day, 2 days, or 3 days, or even four. You can be a swing trader. So let's say you take a trade on Monday, you will exit on Thursday or Friday or Wednesday. Again, you can decide to be something we call a position trader. A position trader is one who holds trade for long. You can enter a trade on January and you're going to exit on December or even after some years. And in most cases, the stock investors are now the swing traders uh, you can come across. Let's say someone like Elon Musk, he bought shares on, let's say he bought shares on his company, the Tesla company, um, 5 years ago in a trade. He bought them in through trading now. So he decided he is going to stay on that trade for maybe a year or two. So that is now the swing trading we are talking about. So you are the one who will decide the kind of a trader you would like to be. All right. So we can continue. We can continue. We can continue. So the last one is about Asian session. Asian session is not most people who trade Asian session. Not most people who trade Asian session. Not most people who trade during the Asian session. So actually, I don't trade during the Asian session. I personally don't trade during the Asian session. So I choose to just take my sleep, and yeah, because during that time I've told you the market is not that volatile and it has its challenges. Okay, I learned the hard way. I blew many accounts during that time. Also, the ones I'm telling you, don't maybe don't leave open positions, or you just after the market opens at 2 a.m. you just rush and start executing. Don't do that. I've lost many accounts because of those mistakes, so I would not like you to do the same. You might the market might resume and then it's going to be very volatile. Within a minute, the market is moving 100 pips. You have lost like $10 in just a minute. It's better you wait for the market to settle, and then you can now get your entries and enter the trade. So with time, you will get to understand all this. This is your first time interacting with this kind of information. So as we continue and you are interacting with the industry, you get to get deep into it. Yeah, so let's check on what moves the forex market, what moves the forex market, or the market movers. That is now what we'll be checking out. We are going to check on that. What moves the forex market? What moves the forex market? What moves the forex market? And the first one there is politics. Politics or geopolitical events. So
Excuse me,
yes,
at one screen.
yes, please.
We can't see the screen, please.
Okay, let me share it. Let me see and share it again. Mhm, mhm. Is it okay now?
Yeah.
All right, so let's continue. So we were now on what moves the forex market, and we say number one is politics. Politics is the first one. So all these we are going to learn them deep in fundamental analysis. So for now, I just mention them, and then later we'll be learning them in depth. The second one is economic data. economic data, we have things like gross domestic product, that is GDP, inflation, employment data. We have many of them. The third one is central bank decision, that is more on interest rates. The banks or the central banks might decide to either do rate cuts, rate pause, or rate hikes. For those who are already in trading, um, in the next FOMC, watch out for possible rate hikes. The Friday NFP was just not a normal NFP. NFP can never push the market those pips you saw, 1500, no. Something about interest rates. It was a communication. So if you follow up or if you trade fundamentals, continue doing your deep research on that. Let's see this week how CPI and PPI are going to come out. You know, all those are leading indicators for interest rates. Yeah. The fourth one is natural disasters and global crises like war, pandemic, fire, floods. Take an example during the corona period. The moment a case was reported in the US, that was bad news. So investors feared for their money. So they withdrew their money from the dollar and invested in other commodities. And in most cases, when we have this kind of uncertainties, the disasters and so, investors intend to invest in something like gold and cryptocurrencies and stocks as well. So they term them as safe havens. So in most cases, when we have war, you will get that gold prices will be going up. Anyway, we will get to learn deep on this in fundamental analysis. Let's check on the last. Can this be? Yeah. Let's check on the last subtopic for today. Let's check on the last one for today. That is now who trade forex. Who trade forex? Number one is commercial banks. Commercial banks. Commercial banks. Commercial banks are now the banks we normally use to do our transactions and so on. So, like the Equity, KCB, and the rest, those are commercial banks. They do trading in their HQs. If you go there, you're going to get traders who are employed to work there. That's why you get that when you go to the bank, you're going to see those screens there with the currencies and their values. You will see GBP, USD, Euro USD with their values there and so on. We have central banks. We have governments. Governments get involved in trading more. We normally have what we call the bonds. We have government bonds. All those. Yeah. We have corporations. We have investment funds. Investment funds where you can get that maybe you come up with a company or a platform where people will do what? Will invest their money and then you use that money to trade and pay them a certain percentage of the returns. We have 7, that is institutional investors. I'm sure you have heard about, I don't know, hedge funds. We have those big boys. They normally call them the big boys. Though these are now the institutional investors, guys with large capital. These are guys with large capital. And then now we have retail traders. Retail traders are now you and me. I am a retail trader. You are going to be a retail trader as well. So these are the market participants and many others. We have other market participants as well. So far so good. So that marks the end of our today's lesson. That marks the end of our today's lesson. So next time now we are going to be checking on market orders. I'll be teaching you now about MetaTrader, how to execute the trades, how to place the buy and the sell trades, That is now what we'll be doing, as we will be talking about market orders. So what I need you to do before then, that will be on Wednesday. Our next session is going to be on Wednesday. Remember, I said we will be having 2 sessions a week. So before the next session, make sure number one, you have installed MetaTrader 5 app on your mobile phones. MetaTrader 5, make sure you have installed it in your mobile phones. MetaTrader 5, just go to your Play Stores or Galaxy Stores or wherever and install MetaTrader 5 or MT5. MetaTrader is the MT is the short form of that. MetaTrader 5. Then again, I'll share a link. In the group, and in the description of this video, those who will be watching on YouTube, you click on that link and then you register. So you register, that is now creating an account. So first thing we'll be doing in the next class, I'll be showing you how to connect that account. That is now account from the broker. You connect it with your trading platform. That will be one. That is what I'll be showing you first. Then from there, I'll now teach you how to use the MetaTrader. Then now we can get into market orders, so that we can know how to execute, how to place the buy, the sell, those take profits, stop losses. Then once we are done with that market orders, we'll move to the last part of it. We know how to do some calculations there to calculate profits, losses, and so on. And then we will be done with chapter 1. Then we can get into chapter 2, where we will now focus on technical analysis, so that you can now know how to interpret these charts. You will know how to interpret the charts, and you will be in a good position now to be able to analyze the trades as I normally do. So that will be just in a few sessions. Let's say like with two more sessions, that will be on Wednesday, and probably if I get time on Friday, I can host a session for you, so that we can complete the basics, so that next week we get started with the technical analysis. That is it. Yeah. So so far so good. Now let me give you this opportunity. So if you have a question, kindly unmute your mic, ask your question if you have any. Unmute your mic, ask your question if you have any. Just unmute your mic and ask. Yeah, it's exactly an hour. We said we'll be doing a session for 30 minutes or 1 hour. So it's at 10:29. We started at 9:30. So it's an hour. If you have a question, kindly just unmute your mic. Just unmute your mic and ask if you have any question. Any question before we call it a day? Okay, no question. Any comments? Any comments? If no question, do you have any comment before we call it a day, guys? Yes, Maggie, I can see your mic was unmuted. You are trying to say something.
It was nice having the classes. I've learned something today. I
Well,
say thank you.
welcome. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay, so guys, this is our YouTube channel. This is our YouTube channel. So you just go to YouTube and search this. You will see it. This is our YouTube channel. Go and search the Forex Crypto app. This is our YouTube channel. And don't forget to subscribe, guys. Also share with your friends so that they can subscribe. We have some educational materials there. You will be getting more. will be getting more. So for those who missed the first session, this was lesson 1. It was uploaded 5 days ago. Forex trading for beginners, lesson 1. I'm going to upload lesson 2 right after this live. I'll make sure I have uploaded it. So this was the first session. If you missed on it, kindly go to our YouTube channel and watch it. Take notes as well. And then once I upload session 2, that is lesson 2, make sure you watch it as well. Right? Make sure you watch it as well. You're going to learn from it. All those who have all what we have learned so far is there. For today's lesson or session, I'll be uploading that later. Maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. I'll do that. Yeah. So that is now our YouTube channel. You can go and subscribe. The Forex Crypto Hub. That is our YouTube channel. So guys, that marks the end of our today's lesson. That marks the end of our today's lesson. See you next time. I wish you all a good night. It's your mentor signing out. Bye bye. Yo, Rada.